Hi guys, welcome back to Sunday League to Champions League. My name is Chris, aka Big Will, and today we have a game away against Hartlepool, who are sat in the playoff running at the moment, followed by a home game against Altrincham, who are just above us. And as you can see from the league table, we are still outside of that bottom four in the relegation zone, but only by goal difference. Our goal difference has improved somewhat in recent weeks, so hopefully we can pick up either one or two decent results today and hopefully score some goals. We have been playing a lot better, and since you were with us for the games against Barnet and Barrow, we've only won one in our last five, but we're keeping clean sheets, and we've drawn our last two league games 0-0, and we were 0-0 in the Cup, the FA Trophy that is against Spennymoor, and lost on penalties. We lost 3-1 to Gateshead. Gateshead are top of the league at the moment, so that was always going to be a tough game. But that 2-0 win over Dulwich Hamlet was a good performance, and hopefully today we can return to a little bit of decent form. Like I say, we're creating chances in matches, but we've just not been able to take them so far, and it has been a little bit of an annoyance, but we'll see how we get on for today's games. And in goal we have Akers with Norville Williams, Ezanolim, Okocha and Hanks at the back, Hughes, McCoy, Splat and Alidor Hamilton in midfield with Clark and Marcel out wide and Marshall up front. We are having to rotate a little bit at the moment purely because we've got a game pretty much every 3 days, so it's very taxing on the squad, especially with the system that we're now using, but hopefully it'll be good enough that we can create some chances and score one or two goals and hopefully just put ourselves in a position where we could win the match. Like I say, defensively we've done okay. We've kept clean sheets and we've not been too bad, so hopefully we can do the same here and continue our solid defensive form but just improve a little in front of goal. They've got a strong back seven there with the front three as well, so it's going to be tough to break them down, but hopefully we can do okay. With Cooper, Gimya, Burton, Hayder and Forbes on the bench, hopefully we can get something from our bench players if it is needed. Hayder is still struggling for form. He's still not scored a single goal. He actually missed a penalty in the penalty shootout as well, so his form really is going against him at the moment. And considering he was a hero last season on loan, the fact that we brought him in on a free and he's hardly scored any goals, granted all of our strikers have hardly scored any goals, but it has been a concern this season, and it is going to be very tough as the season goes on for us to keep any kind of form and stay in this league. And straight away, Hartlepool are in after a quarter of an hour. Umara with the goal. He is one of the top scorers in the league. We failed to keep him out. It's 1-0 to Hartlepool, and in the first highlight of the game, we do concede, and they're by far the better team so far. It's very disappointing to have conceded so early, but hopefully we can get back in the game. Patterson with a delivery though, and there's a header and it's gone wide. We are very weak in terms of our team selection today. Like I say, because of player fitness we have been struggling, but hopefully when it comes to the game against Altrincham, which is the game that we need to be winning, we will get a good result against them. Well, so far, like I say, disappointing. We've not had a lot going our way in terms of XG. We've fouled quite a few times though, and there's an opportunity again here. We've managed to get it away. Okocha, can he keep it in? Yes, he can. I hope he doesn't just boot it forward though. Norville Williams here. Plays it inside to Ezanolim. Now McCoy Splat. Potential opportunity to create something here. Alidor Hamilton into Hughes. Opportunity maybe for Hughes to create something. Into Marshall. That's a great ball over the top. And Marcel is in, and that is a very good save from Cairns. But this is the kind of luck we've been having when we're creating opportunities. The goalkeepers have been in good form against us, unfortunately. And it has been quite frustrating at times. And it remains 1-0, but we have improved our standing in the game a bit. We have created a few more chances, and Barker's there with an effort just wide of the post. It remains 1-0. And we've had half the amount of chances that Hartlepool have had, but we are being a little bit creative. But in terms of possession, we have been extremely poor. Only 30% of the ball. It's not good enough. We really have to be better on the ball. And I'm going to let the players know that. We've been absolutely terrible. Yes, we've created one or two chances, but we've got to be better on the ball. We have to have more possession than this. It's so poor. And hopefully we can be a little bit more creative in this second half. Hyder into Atkinson. Now Patterson moving it inside. Nova Williams does well. Finds Alidor Hamilton who plays it back to Okocha. Callum Marshall, can he get in behind? Yes, he can, and he's hit the post. It's a brilliant effort, and it's cleared by the goalkeeper Cairns. Hanks hit into Alidor Hamilton. Can we create another opportunity straight after? Alidor Hamilton into the penalty area, couldn't get the cross in, and it's cleared to Gray, who just smashes it out by the halfway line for a throw. We're just going to pause there for a moment. We're going to have to make some substitutions. Harry Burton is going to come on for Marcel. Actually, no, he isn't. We'll cancel that one, actually. I think Burton's going to have to come on for Clark. Marcel is on the yellow card, but Clark is absolutely shattered. And Okocha is also absolutely shattered as well. Forbes is going to come on for him. And I think, to be quite honest, we'll leave it at that for now. I mean, Marshall did just have that good chance, but he's struggling for form as well. But our other option is we bring Hayder on, who's not scored since the opening weeks of the campaign. So it's certainly a struggle at the moment in relation to our strikers. But we're having even less possession now, and it's so poor. This, we need to demand more from the side because we're not good enough, and hopefully we can be a little bit more front-footed here. Marshall does well to win that and finds Burton, and McCoy Splat gets in behind. McCoy Splat with the strike. He's hit the crossbar now, and that's two massive chances, and we've hit the woodwork, and again it's just not going our way here. And unfortunately, it's the story of when you're near a relegation battle. We just can't get the luck. If those two chances go in, we're in front in the game and we're looking better. Hayder is going to have to come on here, and hopefully he can end his really barren run in front of goal. We're going to demand more again from the side as Robertson finds Atkinson. Dodson, Hayder, they're just exchanging passes between them here, and it's the ball all the way back to the goalkeeper. Atkinson into Crawford, now Hayder again. Alidor Hamilton with the tackle, he does really well there. He hasn't got much support, but he finds Harry Burton, who plays it in. Ali Hayder with the opportunity. He's around the goalkeeper, and Hayder has scored. At long last, his goal drought is over. It's been so long since he's managed to get a goal, but we've got that equaliser, and considering we've hit the woodwork twice, I think it's quite well deserved, to be honest, that we've got that equaliser. It's a big goal, and like I say, avoiding defeat against the team chasing the playoffs is a very good result, to be fair. And Ali Hayder, the hero, coming off the bench, finally getting a goal, assisted by Harry Burton as well, who hasn't had much game time either, to be quite honest. He's been in a poor run of form himself. But as you can see, in terms of player ratings, for the most part, we were very poor. We hit the woodwork twice, but an assist for Burton and the goal for Hayder gets us that late equaliser. We've managed to draw here, and to be quite honest, I'll take that. It's a good result, considering the circumstances. Yes, we're not winning the games, but a point is a point, and when we're in a relegation fight, every point is vital. I'd be quite happy drawing every game and hoping for the best, but we're above that little threshold. We've got more points than games played, so we're in a position where we can be positive on that. But of course, looking in and around us, there's a side of Southport who are bottom of the league. There's 3 points separating 8 teams, so it's extremely tight at the bottom end of the table at the moment, and there's only a further point or two to get into mid-table as well. So a few wins and you're up there, but at the same time a few losses straight after and you're back down again. So it's going to be close, but hopefully we can continue to just push on with this little bit of improved form. We're not losing many games at the moment. Yes, we've only won 1 in 5, but we've only lost 1 in 5 as well. So there's certainly positives to take. We're proving more resilient defensively for the most part. Like I say, that's the first goal we've conceded in 4 matches as well, albeit it's the first goal we've scored in 4 matches. But positives are there. We've just got to push on, and if we can stay in this league, we'll be able to look on to next season at that point. And we know the kind of strength in depth that we need. It's a case of whether the board will back us financially or not. There's also opportunities for jobs, of course. I mentioned in the previous episode that we have had interest from other clubs, and I attended an interview with Motherwell in the Scottish Premier League. They didn't choose to hire in the end, but they're very impressed with what we were doing here at Cheshunt. But we'll have to wait and see. There's plenty of jobs coming up in and around the Championship. I think League One is probably the lowest I'd go. And in terms of Scotland, it'd have to be the Scottish Premier League, in my opinion. I don't think the Scottish Championship is a strong enough league for us at the moment. Because in terms of coaching qualifications, I am rattling through them. The board continuously allow me to gain extra experience in terms of qualifications, but because of the facilities, obviously attribute-wise, I'm not improving quite as much as I'd like as a manager. But all in good time. We need the finances to be backing up to improve all these things, and hopefully, eventually, we will be able to do so. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to whip through these couple of days off camera. We'll come back for that home game against Altrincham, and hopefully we will be able to come through a little bit better for that game at home. And hopefully, like I say, we'll get a good result in that one. Okay guys, here we go for the home game against Altrincham. Like I say, before hoping, hoping for a decent result in this one. They are just above us in the league table, and a good result will go a long way to just pushing us just that little bit further away from that relegation zone. We have made some changes to the side, and fitness is still a concern. We've got Akers in goal with Powell, Ezanolim, Okocha and Nossi Taiwo at the back, Maroney, Barnes and Alidor Hamilton in midfield with Clark and Ryan out wide, and Marshall starting up front once again. Ali Hayder finally broke his goal duck last time out. We're hopeful that that'll be the end of his goal scoring woes, but Marshall overall is a better striker, which is why he has maintained his place in the starting 11 despite his also stop-start form. The bench is actually the same, apart from Hanks is in there, but hopefully, like I say, we can get a decent result today and push on a little bit more. And we have to win our home games. Yeah, we'll do that one. We don't want to go back into that bottom four. And like I say, in terms of our form, we've got 4 draws in our last 4 games. It's a bit of an odd one, but we're not playing badly because we're not losing many. Lundstrom into Passley. He gets past Powell with ease here, but Powell manages to get back at him. Back to Lundstrom. Scales lofts it to the far post. Otsi Taiwo with the clearance, and Saw finds Obeng, and it's a huge error from Otsi Taiwo at right back there. Less than 2 minutes gone, and Altrincham are in front. And like I say, our form, it's so hit and miss. We've just not got that consistency yet, and it's very frustrating considering how well we play at times, and we create plenty of chances, but defensively again, and even though we keep clean sheets, we're losing too many chances, we're conceding too many opportunities. Yes, as it stands, we're still outside of that bottom 4, even though we are losing, but this is a game that we need to be winning. They're in and around us, and we are capable. And Shepherd manages to clear here, and Lowe beats Ezanolim in the air, and now a bang. And look at the space here for Saw. Moving down this left-hand side, plays it in. Lowe almost had a free header. It's come back for Passley, plays it into Obiang, and it's a penalty. Ryan brings him down, and it looks set to be 2-0 to Altrincham here in the opening quarter of an hour. We've just completely combusted at the back, and we've been caught out. Lundstrom with the penalty scores, and yeah. I just wish we could get some consistency going. I know we're bottom in the league, and I know that we're struggling, but even so, the fact that we're just struggling so much just to get something going regularly, it's so difficult and annoying, to be quite honest. But we've gone 2-0 down, and then immediately we're creating opportunities, so it's so awkward. Scales here to Low. Back to Scales, now Lundstrom. Still moving along here, Lundstrom. Shepherd lofts it forward. Okocha does well to get it away. Here's Alidor Hamilton to Maroney. Ryan couldn't beat Munro. He's been so poor today, Ryan, so far, conceding the penalty, of course, as well. Maroney into Alidor Hamilton. Ryan, again losing out to Munro. He's completely being bullied on that right-hand side. He's managed to get him behind because of an error there, but his shot is way wide. He's gone straight across goal, not even tested the goalkeeper. It remains 2-0. And you ever get a feeling it's not going to be your day? I've certainly got it here. We're not playing well. We're creating chances, but again, we're not getting them on target. And we're conceding more chances than we're creating as well, which is a concern. Here's Alidor Hamilton. Plays it out wide right to Damani Ryan again. Plays it back to Osei Taiwo. Can he get the cross in? Yes, he can. And Jack Clark is there. It's a good opportunity, but he's put it over the bar. We needed to be scoring that, and it remains 2-0 to Altrincham, and we're just teetering above that bottom four at the moment. We do have a game in hand over Boreham Wood, but there's no guarantee that we can win it, regardless of who we're playing. I mean, the bottom club, Southport, we've lost and drawn with them this season, so there's no guarantee that we'll get any decent results going forward. Here's Maroney looking over the top. Callum Marshall got there and scored. I think he's offside. And he is. And it remains 2-0 at half time. It was a well worked move, but again, really struggling here. And I'm just unsure of what to do. We change tactics quite regularly, and when we change it, it works for a few games, and then after that, it just doesn't seem to continue. And again, we're just so many struggles here, and we've got so many players struggling for fitness as well with this setup, and it's proving very difficult. I mean, Kamani Ryan's been shocking today, so we're bringing him off. Burton can come on. Marshall's been shocking. We're going to bring Hayder on as well. And aside of that, there's not really a lot we can do. We've got two defenders on the bench, but it's the midfield that are going to be tired, so it's so difficult at the moment. And with Ryan and Marshall coming off, arguably, statistically, they are two of our best players, but they have been so poor this season, and they've just not been able to do anything going forward. And it's very, very frustrating, considering we're spending quite a bit of money in terms of their wages for a club of our stature, of course. We're spending quite a bit of money on them, and it's not ideal by any means. We're going to demand more just to try and get back into this game. I mean, we've had the same amount of shots, but they've had more on target, and the two defensive errors have led to 2 goals. And again, our luck is just not in at the moment. But I mean, we've not had a single highlight for quite some time. I'd say Taiwo with a throw into Ali Hayder. He finds Burton in the penalty area, and Burton has scored. It's 2-1 now, and again, a little bit of positivity. The two substitutes combining again as they did in the previous match. But look at the physicality of our players at the moment. With this setup and formation, it's absolutely draining the team, but there's not a lot else we can do that seems to be getting a decent amount out of the players. We've lost anyway, and I mean, Burton and Hayder are striking up a decent partnership at the moment, but aside of that, there's not many positives to take from that game. Two big errors. We've lost again, and I think we're still just outside that bottom four. I'm not certain on that. I'll just wait for this processing to go through, and then we can have a look. But poor performances from quite a few players. I mean, Osei Taiwo, despite that big error, got a 6.6 in that game, which is mental, really. And we're just sat outside that bottom four still. Goal difference is still in our favour, luckily. But we just need a couple of wins. A couple of wins on the board will really set us up nicely. But again, 2 days and then we've got another match, so it's very, very close now at the moment. And we really are going to struggle, I think, to put out a fully fit team for that Southend game. I am hopeful that we can get a couple of good results as we go into the next episode. I'm not entirely sure who we're going to be playing, but in terms of our fixtures, they're all tough games. It doesn't matter where they are in the league or how well they play. They're all going to be tough games, but I just hope that we can be creative in matches and just get ourselves moving forward a bit better. I mean, like I say, we're doing a gegenpress system at the moment. We did tiki-taka previously. And again, 2 days until the Southend game, 3 days until the Eastleigh game. And there's just... I mean, the players are part-time as it is. There's just no way that we can get any consistency with it at the moment. As we look at the schedule for January, I mean, like I say, 3 days until Southend, followed by 3 days until Eastleigh, and then there's a couple of weeks actually until the Solihull game. I think what I'm going to do is we'll come back for, I think we've already done Torquay and Oldham in a previous episode. I'll double check on that. It'll be in and around here. It might be Halifax away and Chesterfield at home, but we'll see where we come back. It'll be in and around there anyway, and hopefully in the process we can get some decent results. Until next time, guys, thank you very much for supporting the channel. Please like and subscribe. It is all greatly appreciated. I will see you all next time. And this is Big Will signing away.